So today we're going to be solving exponential and logarithmic equations to solve real-world problems involving logarithms. So there are going to be a lot of words here. If you've been working on vocabulary and building on that, it may be a little easier for you, but I need your help. So let's go back to what we were talking about a minute ago. Recall the one-to-one property of exponents. If we have the same base and we have different exponents, can you tell me what that means? What does that mean to you? What does b to the x equal b to the y mean? Any ideas? What that means is, yes, very good, x equals y. So the exponents have to be equal. Let me show you an example. And also write this down because we're going to have this or something like it in our exit ticket on the first question. So as you said, x equals to y. So let me put this, replace the base with a number, a simple number like the number 2. So can you readily see that x has to equal 2 for that to be equal? Now let's extend that to the one-to-one property of logarithms. I need you to write this down. Log b x equals log b y gives us the same kind of equation that we can set up. Now these two statements will be equal. So I want you to copy this down and keep it in your notes because we're going to have that as the first question on our exit ticket. And we're going to be using this throughout the lesson. So let's set up an example. Okay. Let's put the example log base 2 of x. So let's replace b with the number 2. And let's replace the x with an expression, 2 of x. And then equals log base, we have to have the same base for this to work, 2 x plus 7. All right, what's the equation that I can set up using the property of logarithms? Either on the mic or in the chat, type out the equation I can set up. So we basically cross this out, and what's the equation that's left? Addison, are you with us? Looks like some of you may have walked away. Elijah? Look at the board. Tell me what equation we can set up. Put it in the chat. Chris? Azul? There we go. 2x equals x plus 7. So if I subtract x from both sides, then I have 2x minus 1x is x. And then subtract x from this side, x is equal to 7. That's how the property of logarithms helps us. Any questions there? Come on, come on. Let's be engaged here. Don't make me do this by myself. All right, use the property of logarithms to solve this equation. All right, now your turn. Get your paper and your pencil out. Try to beat me to the solution. And we need to look at this carefully. But the first thing that we're going to do, the property of log says I can just disregard log base 3. We have the same thing, log base 3 on both sides. So take that out, set up your equation, and work on solving it. Yes, thank you, Sophia. All right, the first thing I'm going to do, this looks like a trinomial. I'm going to move everything to one side. So I'm going to subtract x and subtract 2 from both sides. I'll line everything up over here to make it easy and save board space. X minus x is 0, 2 minus 2 is 0, so I have 0 here. And on the right-hand side, I have x squared plus, what's 4x minus x? That's 3x. And then a negative 2 and another negative 2 is negative 4. So now you should be able to see from your strong algebra skills, we have a trinomial that we can factor. So you can use a T-chart or you can use Math Papa because we do not have an exponent in front of the x squared. It's not negative. There's nothing weird there. I just need two factors that multiply to give me a negative 4 and add to give me a positive 3. And those factors are positive 4. So I have two binomials, x plus 4 times x minus 1 equals 0. Okay, very good, Chris. So x, we have two solutions here. X would equal to 1. What's the other solution? Anybody? X is equal to negative 4. Thank you, Sophia. All right, now here's the part that's tricky, but it's not tricky. So just please listen to me. With logarithms, I know this is a different notation, so don't get trapped into the notation. You don't have to go and put this back in exponential form. Just listen to me. We know that when we take a number of, we take a square root of a negative number, we have to toss those out. So anytime you get, for logarithms, a negative answer, it's extraneous. Toss it out. So the only solution we have here is x equals 1. That's true. It needs to be tossed. That's true. You got it. You got it. Now they're amazing. So guys, because my mouse is not working really good today, it's spotty, it worried me. I have all my work shown on these slides. You're going to download them. Okay? All right, now I want you to pull in, take a minute. I want you to solve this equation. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look at and see if we have the same log base. Both of these are log base 3. Set up your equation and solve. You've got 2 minutes. And the timer is running. Do it like we did the last problem. We want to get 0 on one side. So I'm going to subtract x and add 1 to both sides. Give you some time to work on that. All right, over on this side, we've got 0. I'm going to go ahead and flip it around, put 0 over on this side. And on this side, we have x squared minus 2x. And then negative 9 plus 1 is negative 8. So again, we want to factor that. What are the two factors of negative 8 that multiply to give you negative 8, but add to give you negative 2? I think that's going to be a negative 4 and a positive 2. So put that into these two binomial factors. X minus 4, what's happening to my voice? And x plus 2 equals 0. All right, you have 12 seconds. I've got it factored for you. Find the only answer that's not extraneous and put it in. So we'll have two solutions. We'll have x equals 4 because we're down. There's our timer going off. Put this in if you don't have an answer. It's okay to say that you're still thinking. I know this goes fast. And x equals negative 2. So we've got to toss this out, and the only solution is C. Yay! All right, let's do this again. Pull in. I'm going to let you start working. Turn on the poll and turn on our 2 minutes. I'll let you ask questions and I'll assist you. And you can help each other in the chat. All right, so we do have log base 2, and we're going to set up this equation. X. Ooh, I can't do that yet. Ooh, you know what I'm seeing? There's a step that I missed. So let me turn my timer off. Let me pause it. All right, our property of logarithms. This is where it gets sticky. Addition is multiplication. So we can't cross this out until we combine these two like this. This is going to be x times 2x plus 3 equals 1. Property of logarithms. Just like when you have exponents and you're multiplying them, you add the exponents. Okay, for example, 2 to the x, or 2 to the 5th times 2 to the 3rd is 2 to the 8th. Okay, when you're adding logs, we combine them by multiplying. All right, so this simplifies to 2x squared plus 3x equals 1. All right, I'm going to resume my timer. Now, where do I go from here? Don't have anything else. Subtract 1. All right, so let's do the best we can with the amount of time that we have, and I'll come back and answer if I need to. All right, then you can factor. So what does that factor into? But you're guessing right. It's an intelligent guess. So thank you for guessing. All right, let's see how much time we have. We have 20 seconds left. So you are on the right track. Let's see if anybody can come up with the right answer. If y'all didn't get into the course yesterday, this is going to be a little bit harder, but it does take a little bit of practice. Just remember when we have the same log base and we're adding, okay, we don't have to use a calculator, but maybe you got the right answer. Let's take a look at how to solve that. All right, so most of you answered B. Let's see if you're correct. Just because most of you answered it doesn't mean that you're correct. But let's see. All right, so we're going to take that log base 2 out. We're going to take the x and distribute it. We get 2x squared plus 3x equals 1. Now here's the tricky part. It is C. All right, so we've got to keep that log base 2 until we combine these with multiplication. Okay, but then I have to look at this, because how do I bring this over? All right, we have a base 2, and anything raised to the 0 power is 1. X to the 0 power is 1. Anything raised to the 0 power is 1. So log, we've got to write this as a log. We have a log on the left, we've got to write a log on the right. So 1 is equal to log 2 How do I write this? Anybody? Are y'all waiting for me to answer? Log base 2 to the 1 equal 0. Don't really know. Okay, here's where I'm going to ask you to, because I don't have a lot of room here, I've worked it out, is to go into the I Can, and I'll have the recording with the steps, step by step. Okay? But this is using the property of logarithms. We got started going in the right direction. So here's the solution for your notes. Okay? We took the same log base b, means that we can multiply those expressions. This is what we did right here. We applied the distributive property and we got this. Okay, 2 to the first power is equal to 2x squared plus 3x. 2x squared plus 3x minus 2 equals 0. That's what we factored. And then we have two solutions, but we have to toss the negative solution. Again, I'll have all of that